you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Let's go to Chris now. Chris? Who's Chris?
Chris used to be a guy that I knew back in uni, and I hope you're not talking to him because I'll be very embarrassed.
Chris has got some stories. My name is Tim, Sarah, your first week. Welcome aboard. Nice to meet you. Getting to know you. Yeah, all that sort of fun. We go way back. It's all good, people at home. Hey, don't worry about that. By the way, I've really got the heart rate up this morning because we're at the Francis Greenway Correction Complex here at Berkshire Park in Sydney's West. We are getting a bit of an insight into what life is like in our prisons.
Mark Jones was running a routine kayak tour with 9 tourists when he spotted the 3-metre salty about 700 kilometres south of where they typically reside.
It looks like a crocodile.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Australia. Joining us from North Stradbroke Island is the man himself, Mark, from Stratty Adventures, and croc expert Professor Stephen Salisbury. Morning, guys. Nice to see you. Let's go to North Stratty first up. Mark, this discovery, how did you feel about it?
It was okay. First of all, like that bit of footage you showed, I thought it was a log to start with, but then once it sunk and come back up, it just, changed my attitude on what it was.
This is really rare for them to come this far south in southeast waters, but it has happened before. About 10 years ago, wildlife experts have closed several swimming spots on North Stratty again this morning as a precaution. They're still hunting for that 3-metre salty brookie, but I tell you what, maybe they need a navigator. Hey?
Oh, I see what you did there. I do love the reaction from the mums. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a croc over there.
So casual,
What were they
very
doing?
cool.
Just another croc.
What were they doing in the mangroves anyway, that family?
They were kayaking.
Oh, were they?
Family activity.
It's an adventure,
Do you know what they
Karl.
were doing? And this is just for the fishermen out there. They were crabbing illegally.
Oh, you reckon?
You're onto them.
Maybe.
Super sleuth over here.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying,
Keep
Alex?
an eye out.
Alex has done that before.
Crabbing season it ain't, Karl. Eh?
But this is probably the farthest south in historic times that crocs have been recorded.
Yeah, so very, very rare, guys. But the poor croc, maybe he was just looking for something to drink. You know, maybe a glass of Gatorade. Hey? Hey?
Hey, you are full of them
Hey?
this morning.
You'll go a long way, Mia.
It gets the heart rate going, I have to tell you. Coming up for you in half an hour, a handcuff challenge, Troy.
I've heard you're very familiar with handcuffs. Your producer has told me, but we're going to ask you to handcuff a couple of people.
Timmy.
We will see. We'll test those skills. Actually, there's somewhere here. We'll see those in half an hour.
Where is your pair?
Thank you, guys. It's fascinating. I look in behind those closed doors.
Jamie, police arrived and said they received a call about gunshots?
What?
How did that happen?
Yeah, I'm just doing my client as normal, and then a sole policeman came in and said they got a report that there was gunshots. I thought that was a bit serious, so I tried to help. You know, you got the right address. I've heard no gunshots at all. Had a little joke with him saying, you sure it's not my client hitting the pads? Anyway, he went to go and look through all the gym. Next minute, about 15 of them show up, all armed, all vested up. So that's when I started to, panic a little bit. We tried to work it all out, and one of the police officers says, who's Jamie Avery? And I was like, we're all looking at each other like, who's that? I'm Jamie Elaine. He says, yeah, you've made the call. And I was like, look, it's impossible. So I'm looking around for my phone. I can never find my phone, so that took about 2 minutes, and then realised that we checked the calls and it dialed 112. But I thought it was impossible because I had no phone on me, and I took my watch off in between the pad rounds. So what we realised is that if you hold the crown button on your Apple Watch, it asks for Siri. So I remember taking it off because Siri was, going off, being annoying. And I must have shouted the combo, 112, jab, jab, cross.
No way.
So it's called emergency service. It must have called emergency services. I've took my watch off, and then in the background you can hear the crackle off the pads, like boom.
Oh, so they thought they were
me
the
just say,
gunshots?
oh, good shot or nice shot. Yeah. So they must have put 2 and 2 together. And,
Oh, mate. I'd love to
There
get a
you
hold of
go.
that emergency call. Listen, the thing is, it's not just your everyday garden variety police who turn up.
No.
I mean, I've done work with the special response teams before,
Yeah.
and they are not to be trifled with, are they? I mean, you must have really, got a little nervous when they walked in through the door.
There's not just one of them.
No.
That was definitely a little. There was a lot of nerves happening.
He captured the attention of the nation when he completely and utterly bagged Sydney for moaning about a 30-degree day.
He was right.
He also, 100%, also got himself in unwanted attention when he revealed he'd rather be with his cows than his wife.
I abandoned my wife and family to go and look after the cows, and I said to her, look, in the bush, the land and the cows are more important than the wife and the kids.
Well,
Legend.
Paul Fordyce might have to reassess that. We've got his wife, Leanne, with us now. They're both there. Hey, you guys. Leanne, have you forgiven him for that comment?
Oh, I thought it was hilarious, and welcome everybody, and he's back.
Good morning.
Good morning, big fella. We do love you on the Today Show, and you cause quite a stir with our viewers. But the question was Leanne able to forgive you for being so romantic on national television?
Oh, look, I'm a romantic, and yeah, look, Leanne always forgives. We've been hanging out together a long time, and yeah, we have a lot of fun in our marriage.
Yeah.
Well, we want to know a bit more about that, Leanne. Can you take us back to this story of love? How did it all start with you guys?
Well, my goodness, you are never going to believe this.
Oh, look at you two.
A couple of movie stars.
Gorgeous.
Anyway, I think Paul can tell it better than I, let me tell you.
Well, you're not going to believe this, but back in 1979, I was out in the middle of a flood looking for cows. And I came across... No, true story. You're not laughing. You've got to take me seriously. And I see this little yellow Datsun Stanza car parked on the side of a flooded creek.
Yeah.
And there was this gorgeous girl in there, and she wound the window down crying. And I said, did it hurt? And she said, what hurt? And I said, when you fell from heaven the first time.
Hey, you went with the line. Yes, Paul.
43 years later,
wow.
I'm still the luckiest man on the planet. Have a look at her.
Yeah. She's a beauty.
40 years married, 3 kids in 2 years. Leanne homeschooled them for 10 years on distance ed. And we have 4 lovely grandchildren. And we have spent every day of 40 years relatively working together. We actually work together.
Well, like a lot of us, you are definitely punching way above your weight.
You're a lucky man.
Leanne, for you, Leanne, this is your opportunity to tell the nation that he's not a bad fella. What do you love about him?
Not much. No.
No. Well, he is very lovable and he's very kind. He is very considerate and very caring. So, yeah, so there's all his brownie points.
OK, I want to ask one more, and it's a much more serious question too. I mean, you guys are on the land, and most of city people don't get the opportunity to ever go out to the country, let alone try and experience what you've been through. Over the years, it must have been tough at times, huh?
Oh, it's been tough, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I mean, on the land, I went onto a 100,000 acre paddock in 1979 as a 21-year-old boy. I got married at 25 and Leanne joined us. We had a wood stove, a generator, chip hot water, no road. We had a phone. We were the last phone on the line, 93 mile from Claremont, the yellow phone. We were long, short, long, and Leanne's trying to court me, and there's 5 other stations and the postmistress listening in, and she'd say, just say it, just say it. In the end, I'd say, I love you.
Oh. You heartbreaking you.
Look, this is... look, it's just been a journey. We love it.
So you still got a bit of romance there, you two? What's date night look like these days?
Do we have time for that?
Not really. Yeah, look, marriage is easy if you like each other. And the other thing, if you want a good, strong marriage, drive dozers for 50 years. Because once you go deaf, you wouldn't know if it was good or bad anyway. And I'm as deaf as a post. I was rescued.
So that's the secret. Leanne, never let him go.
Dozers.
We love it, guys. Leanne, it's great to talk to you. Your husband's obviously a star. You both appreciate what you do on the land. And thanks for coming on our show. We'll talk to you very soon. You're our new correspondent.
I have to somehow handcuff them. Adam, you have the know-how in how to make that happen. Talk me through it. What are we going to do?
All right, well, for starters, we've got 2 sets of handcuffs here. So every good correction officer should be able to put handcuffs on an offender, okay?
Okay, all right. I haven't had a run-through in this yet, so I'm going in cold.
And that's the way we want to see what you're capable of, Karl.
Okay.
All right?
First day here, so I've got to hold on to both sets.
I'll hold on this one for you.
Thank you.
Let's apply it to Brendan first.
All right, Brendan, first and foremost, put your arms out in front of you, please. I'm a little bit nervous. Sorry, first day. Would you like to just put those on for me, please? No, I'm going to do it. I've got to hold on to the handcuffs, is that right?
Yep.
Put one in there, lock that, and lock 2, and also try and put a thumb in so you've got a bit of room. How are you feeling? Is that comfy? Good to know.
All right, next one.
Harold, your turn. If your arm's out in front of me, please, sir. Nice and cosy. There we go. One in, and your other arm, please. There you go. No, don't play silly buggers with me this morning. There we go. Locked and loaded. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Who's the
there we
boss
go.
now,
I've got myself
hey?
2 inmates. I know. I'm going to get stars and stripes on my shoulders anytime soon. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Really appreciate it. We'll see you with more in half an hour. I don't think this is
where are they taking him? Where are they taking him?
Hey. Bye.
Bring him back.
He's going into isolation.
See you, Tim.
He's the nicest correctional officer ever.
I know. Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh, my God. Karl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Karl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?